Welcome, Scorpio, to your November 11th through the 15th reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you in this time period, the 11th through the 15th, please. I do have a little bit of a cold, guys, so my voice seems a little raspy because I got this stuffy nose. Okay, let's see what's going on. Best message, please, for Scorpio for the 11th through the 15th. Oh, right there. What do we got? Three of Pentacles in reverse. And the cards following it are the Knight of Pentacles. So actually, it just feels like, yeah, you know what? Might not be seeing it exactly the way that you want to see things, but at least it's continuously moving forward within the situation that you are dealing with. For a lot of you, this is a relationship, right? But it's also feeling like you're a little overworked right now. But it does feel like there is a little bit of mistrusting going on within the atmosphere, but really moving out of that kind of plateau, right? Moving past that mistrusting, moving past that kind of overworked. Even if you are overworked, you're just going to continuously keep going forward, right? It almost feels like a little bit more like all work, no play, with the King of Wands over here coming out saying, I am holding the ball in the court. This is where I'm taking on the confidence. I'm taking on the control of the situation. Hey, you know what? It just has to be this way with the Two of Wands in reverse. There's no way really looking outwards. This is the way it has to be at this time. It's almost like a feeling like this is where it has to be. Just kind of watch your, either overconfidence within the situation or underdetermined through the situation. But, with the King of Wands, it's almost like, it feels almost like more like an obligation, guys, in some ways when it comes to work. When it comes to work, it's almost like this is where I have to be. It's an obligation. So whether you have the idea of, look, this is where promotions go, this is where the opportunity to make money has to be, making sure that you're not resistant to taking any chances or any changes at this time. You just want to continue to keep the confidence. Just watch the overconfidence when it comes into a relationship with the Three of Pentacles, right? Because it just feels like, you know what, I'm kind of in a good position right now within my relationship. It looks like things are looking up. Things are, moving persistently. They might not be wonderful, but it's definitely getting its tone back on the area of what I want it to be. But make sure that you're not too overconfident about that situation with them at this time. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Okay, so let's see what's else is going on over here. Well, wherever the toxicity is, it feels like it's kind of, slowing down a little bit. If we've been arguing a lot and there's a lot of things going on and it's been a little chaotic, it just feels like things are taking a turn. So it does feel like there's a little bit of a turn going on over here. And I don't feel like I'm as guarded as I was before, or they're not as guarded as they used to be. However you want to take it. Feels like for a lot of you, you might be dealing with some kind of fire sign. I have Aries, Taurus cusp here, Aries or a Taurus card, and then of course that Sagittarius coming out. Could also be a Capricorn that you're dealing with, Taurus. But I got a lot of fire going on over here, so it feels like a lot of you might be dealing with some kind of fire sign. You're not feeling as guarded. It doesn't feel like this is as challenging as it was last week. For the next couple of days, you feel like you actually can kind of slow down and kind of release the guard to the heart, right? I'm not really in a challenge mode. They're not really challenging me, or I'm not challenging them. Take it how it resonates. So however it is, maybe you're both got your guards down a little bit about the situation, and you're really in boss mode right now. loving that. Feeling like you have everything under control. Definitely having things under control within the next couple of days. Definitely if you're single and there's no one here, you're single and ready to mingle, right? Because you have your guards down, you're ready to go. So for those of you who don't have, any kind of toxic relationship, it just feels like whatever toxicities you had within your life, you're ready to take a stance, either get back together with this person, everything is getting a little bit better right now, or you're ready to start dating. Yep, there it is. Communication is looking a little bit better. They're finally going to either talk to you. If we're going off of the Astro Dice readings guide, those who that resonated with, remember they weren't talking to you a whole lot. Now it feels like kind of getting into the mid-month, they want to kind of open up and they're focusing a little bit more on that, but yet there is still a little bit of mistrust, whether it's from you or from them, however it is, or maybe you were not talking to them, you're ready to open up and start speaking, or they are. However it is, like I said, if it's not that way, then you're definitely ready to mingle, get back out there in the dating world, get focused on that situation. In the work area here, it's definitely, no matter what, you are definitely very focused on your work. That is a 100. The finances and the work and the resources area is definitely showing up as, I'm reaching this kind of point here to where I know this is where I have to be, this is what I will need to do, whether I really, like I said, all work, no fun. Make sure that you are pampering yourself a little bit during the weekend, though, guys, right? Don't want to wear and tear yourself down. Going straight over here to the Knight of Pentacles. Going to clarify on that is finally feeling like you're a little rested, a little more easy. Nerves and tensions are not where they used to be. You're a lot more relaxed right now than you were before. Where you feel like there was this, kind of underdetermined or overconfident, however it is, you also, though, have the determination to know this is where I need to be. This is where I need to spend my extra time. This is what needs to happen. If this is a discussion within a relationship, it has to happen. When it comes to work, I have to be there. I have to put all the extras in for the Ace of Cups. Wow. So where you may have felt like, I wasn't as determined as I was before. Maybe I was a little lazy about the situation, or however the situation is, or holding back. Now I'm really looking deep into this cup and finally feeling like I'm getting, the promotion, the raise, the acceptance, the overall due rewards to the situation where I'm feeling wholer and I feel better about the situation. Wow. I'm loving that with the Ace of Cups. It feels like it's just kind of fresh and renewed. So you definitely are having this renewed kind of either outlook plus energy, maybe 2 in 1. And to the relationship as well when we're talking about the cups. So it just feels like on both levels, you're doing very well, at least for now. But yet you still have this feeling of still walking on, what the hell? But you still feel like you still are walking on a walking stick. So even though things are going a lot better within a love relationship, you still feel like there is something going on to where you still feel like you are on crutches. Watching, you know what that is? It's like watching your P's and Q's over here. Someone still has, whether it's job, love, however, has you still feeling like you're crutching. You're very determined to get to where you need to be. Like I said, if your person could be a Sagittarius, got a lot of Sag going on. They still make you feel like you're walking crutches. Yeah. You still feel hurt and pain. Or they're still feeling the hurt and pain. It could be them. It could be both of you. Patiently planning on how you're going to really take advantage of this situation and really fix what needs to be fixed. Yeah, they're still trying to get past hurtness. I really do feel, guys, you know, it could be you, but I'm going to say that they're really still pretty sour about this situation. I'm going to say that the Nine of Wands is really them. As you're determined to really pick up the pieces and really get to what you need to do, they're still hurt. They're still walking on a walking stick. I still think it's them more than yourself. I'm not going to say you're not hurt too, but I'm just saying I think this, I'm really telling you this card is them. It's like they're showing more determination now to want to fix the situation with you, but they still have this underlining, but you know what? I'm not taking my walking stick away because I'm still hurt. Still feel like I have a broken leg from the situation. With the Eight of Coins upside down, they're still not perceiving the way you want them to perceive. So even though you feel like you're fixing things, the mistrust within the situation, I think, comes a lot from them. And they're not seeing that you're, you know, really trying to fix this. I don't see them perceiving it the way you're trying to perceive it. They're just looking in the past. Why are they holding on to all the grudge? They're still grudging. That's what this is. This is still grudging. As you're trying to fix the situation, they're still grudging on this situation. I don't care if it's a boss. I don't care if it's a coworker. I don't care if it's a love situation. I don't care if it's a family member. A friend. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, they're grudging on the situation of what happened from the past. I don't care if it was a month ago, a year ago, 20 years ago, 10 minutes ago. Look, they're not seeing that you're trying to fix this. It's almost like they see that you're fixing it. It's getting better. I mean, look, you guys are talking more so than before, or communicating, opening up. But the opening up that I'm looking for within this situation is not 100% the way I wanted to see it. That's it. Because they're still grudging from the past. They're still holding on to this. They're still holding on to this devil. They're aware of the toxicities and the chaos, and they have a better understanding of wanting to fix it. But that's why they're going so slow. But them wanting to fix it is not the way you want to fix it. It's almost like I really want this done, and then with them it's kind of like, yeah, maybe, you know, we'll see how time goes. So with the Eight of Wands, you're still getting the Ace of Cups, really wanting this renewed, fresh feeling. Having a compromise. So, okay. So now at least it makes sense, right? Now at least it makes sense because they're not really 100% getting over this now, are they? They want the compromise. They're just saying, we're not going to really get past this, but we'll come to a compromise. We're going to have a compromise. So the understanding of the communication of now speaking is all about compromise. Not arguing, just we're going to compromise about the situation. We're not going to 100% really, you know, get past it. We're not going to 100% really fix it, but we are going to come to a compromise. Compromises are not always the best, though, now, are they, guys? It fits one person's, you know, is this going to, oh my gosh, because it makes me wonder, okay, so if they come to a compromise, and then that means you have to agree to the compromise. Or are you actually going to be able to compromise and come together with a compromise together? We're going to pray that that's what it is when it comes to the Ace of Cups being in diagonal to it, that they can compromise on you, and then you can compromise with them. But the reason compromise is not always the best thing is because then you have to bend to what they want to compromise with, right? It's usually one-sided. That's why compromise is not always the best. But if it comes to an agreement, then it can be a good thing. It's definitely a hairline between if it's good or bad, right? Because sometimes we just come to the compromise to suit the other person's understanding and wants and needs, but it doesn't help you. Focused week, oh my gosh, and then you got the arguing. Yeah, it's so we don't fight. So we understand the securities, the goals, the understandings of what I want, and there it is again, compromise again. We're not going to fight, we're going to compromise. Wow. So, oh my goodness, you guys, hold on. So the compromise is actually like, we're not really arguing, but we're definitely having words. One could say, you know what, we're arguing. Excuse me. One could say we're definitely having an argument. It is definitely a spat. But we're compromising within the spat. Okay. So, disagreements about the compromise. They're focused so heavily about what, yeah, it is they're focused so heavily about what they want as a compromise that they're not going to allow you to speak on the needs of what you want. Five of Swords upside down. Hey, it's all about me. Five of Swords upside down. Hey, it's about what I want, right? You're going to, there's going to be like, oh my gosh, there's in forgiveness, understanding, having a realization within a resolution. But what is it really? Okay, fine. So I understand where you're coming from. Forgive me, or I forgive you. Clarify on the Five of Swords. Nope. It's going to keep you in your head. Clarify. Nope. Nope. It's almost like to the point where you're like, okay, just forgive me. I'm sorry. And they're like, no, not yet. We're coming to a compromise. But I didn't say I forgive you. There's that grudge again. So it's like you're asking for their forgiveness. There's a resolution and an understanding of what's going on through the conversation. Really focused on trying to fix this. Trying to weigh the pros and cons within the situation through the realization. But yet it's keeping you stuck in your mind, but it's also keeping them stuck in their mind. But yet they do not want to make an ending to this situation. There is no conclusion. The Fool is in reverse. There is no brand new, right? There is no brand new solution. It's just a compromise. The compromise is not exactly what we want. That's right, because now you're going to find that when they're throwing their pros and cons at you, trying to make you understand what they are going through, it's almost like it makes you want to kind of escape because it's not good. There's nothing good out of what's coming toward you. It's almost like they're blinded to see what's going on. They're so focused on the fight. They're so focused on the past. They're so focused on what they want to be focused on. They're not having the understanding of what truly is going on. So they just see what they want to see, and they're having this blindsided conclusion to the situation. Guys, come on. You know that's what it is. Now all of a sudden they're saying they have, the rash departure from what they're feeling, and it could leave you isolated in the end. Because why? Because it's all about what they're saying, but they're not going to try to see it your way. They just want to throw things around. So maybe you made poor choices, and if it's not you, then it's them, and then it's, what I'm saying, take it how it resonates, whether it's you or them. Is it you versus them or them versus you, right? It doesn't matter. The whole point is that what you're looking for is not what you thought was coming. So how it feels around the 11th today, between today and probably Saturday, everything seems kind of romantic. Everything looks fresh. Everything is looking a lot better. But then they have this kind of conclusion that, you know what, no. So what you kind of think is going on, because they're kind of making it this way, they kind of do a twist and they decide, nope, this is the way I want it to be. They all of a sudden want to kind of hold the ball within their court. I don't know. It's almost like they feel like you're too happy. Oh boy. You know what, Scorpio? I think you're getting a little too happy over here. I just want you to remember that, I'm still holding a grudge, to the past. So it's kind of like now that we're not really in challenge mode and I don't feel like we're really challenging, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I don't want you to forget, right? It's kind of like I don't want you to forget what's really going on. Yeah, everything looks great, but then I want you to understand this is what's really going on. It's almost like they get ahead of themselves over here. I don't understand the reasons. It's just like all of a sudden they just have this kind of realization, you know what? You're getting too happy over here. Nobody said we were going to get this reacquainted. Okay. So something kind of triggered, we could say it's kind of a trigger moment for them. They just all of a sudden kind of get this triggering issue within their sense of security, and all of a sudden it kind of rolls back downhill. Something triggers that. Okay. So we will see how this continues, guys. Okay, let's see what the angels have to say. So it's almost like where it starts to feel like it's going pretty good. Something triggers it and it just makes it fall again. Sort of just looks like it just kind of comes out of themselves. Just kind of their own reflection, because of the devil upside down is kind of like the reflection of the situation is, I was thinking about it, now all of a sudden, boom. Make sure that you listen to your intuition, my friends. Intuition always knows. Okay. And compromise. Look at that. There it is, compromise. And there's the compromise. I mean, we already seen that. Listen to your intuition about the compromise. Is it a good compromise for you, Scorpio? Is this compromise good, or is it only in their favor? Because you have to come to the conclusion that if you're in any kind of relationship, like I said, it doesn't matter if this is work, the boss, it doesn't matter. Is the compromise good for both of you, or is this a one-sided compromise? Right? Because then you'll be compromising something that's not healthy for you. And if it's not healthy for you, then it's not going to make big happy change. Whoa, not going to make big happy changes. So within the next few weeks, right, then we're going to be back in the waiting game, seeing what things are going on again. How is it going to work? Right? Are we going to be able to fix this? Will this be fixed? Will I be able to move forward? Will they accept my real, true forgiveness? Or will I accept theirs? Or however it is, right? Will there be real recovery? We will see, because now you're going to be put back into the waiting game again. And it says then you're going to have to reconsider everything again before taking action. So now it's almost like you're right back at the starting line again at the end of the month. So we will see. Okay. But it looks like right now you're kind of supercharged right now, right? Kind of feeling a little supercharged about the situation until all of a sudden it just becomes kind of a heated ordeal out of snap. Okay? It's almost like we're going to agree. It almost feels like we're agreeing to almost disagree, but that's about it. Yeah, I agree. I disagree with what you say, and you agree that I... You see what I'm saying? Vice versa. Okay, guys. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.